Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to our PayPal video for today. So a quick update on PayPal, the announcement that Amazon will no longer be accepting Venmo starting January 2024. Now, that announcement, the timing wasn't great because one day before we did talk about the bear case on this channel. 2 videos, I covered the bear case from a writer standpoint, and then we had a live episode with Roy from Crossroads. We talked about the whole bear case for PayPal. Those videos will be in top right corner. So we did not touch on Venmo not being accepted on Amazon anymore because we didn't know that this was going to be announced. Now, it is very important to note that credit and debit cards on Venmo can still be used to buy and purchase on Amazon. Now, throughout this video, I do want to make a case why I don't really think this is going to have a material impact on PayPal's financials. It will have maybe a material-ish impact on the view that Venmo is accepted by huge merchants, huge companies such as Amazon. Now, first up, I want to touch on what was mentioned during the earnings call this quarter, or last quarter, and maybe a couple of quarters ago as well, with regards to Amazon, with regards to Venmo, so we get a bit more context. So this is from Q1's earnings call. So our Amazon and Starbucks experiences continue to grow nicely, and we recently launched PayPal and Venmo with McDonald's and just signed a deal with Microsoft to launch both Pay with Venmo and Buy Now Pay Later for Microsoft Xbox Store. Of course, this is Q1. Now we know Amazon is gone. So we still have here Starbucks as the big ones, McDonald's and Microsoft Xbox Store. So are we going to get more announcements like the one we've had with Amazon, or are those partnerships maybe working a little bit better? Remains to be seen. Moving on to the most recent quarter, they said here we are gaining ubiquity both online and in person as our PayPal and Venmo branded credit and debit cards can now be added in the Apple and Google wallets. And we've launched the first regulated stablecoin by a global payments company in PayUSD, connecting our PayPal and Venmo ecosystems together and creating one of the most robust peer-to-peer networks in the world. We also talked about that during the live stream. Again, that video will be in the top right corner. They continued here, our innovation is accelerating and will drive impact, but we must focus and execute. The weight of the organization will be squarely behind 1. Reinventing our consumer experience to drive a clear and durable value proposition with checkout at the center. 2. Improving and scaling PayPal complete payments for small businesses globally. And 3. Driving margin expansion in Braintree and other products for large enterprises. Additionally, we will invest in our company-wide platform, driving efficiency and acceleration of innovation while right-sizing our expenses. And now let's put Amazon back into the picture here. This was last earnings call. Alex Christie is saying, we are in early stages with Amazon that is going well, and we expect that both from a consumer demand perspective as well as a merchant demand perspective, we will continue to drive acceptance ubiquity for Venmo. Of course, not so long after, no more Venmo on Amazon. So again, remains to be seen what was the reason. As of now, nothing has been said. More on that a bit later. But last thing here, and this is an important point that I will make throughout this video, and this is this point right here. What I care about is profitable growth. That is going to be our true north and receive our total focus. I spent my entire career focusing on making sure we delight our customers and solve their most critical problems. But we must ensure we serve all our stakeholders. This is something that last management completely forgot. They tried out a couple of things, made some acquisitions, went after users that weren't profitable for the company just to show Wall Street, look, we're growing our user base. But if you're not profitable, then what's the point? There's no point in that, at all. So my focus right now is profitability. Alex Christie's focus is on profitability. So in the next quarter or two, if we continue to see maybe active users go down a bit, don't be so alerted, because you'll have to look at how profitable the company is becoming. If we lose a couple of users here and there, but a company can generate more free cash flow, the company sees also maybe more transactions per active customer, that's what you want to see. You want to be seeing a PayPal that is growing on the profitability side and growing as a business as well. Now, before continuing, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, we really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the links down in the description and in the pinned comment to get a top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to full.com/couchinvestor. So, the announcement was made this week, or last week, depending on when you're watching this video. Venmo no longer accepted on Amazon in January. And by the way, the market reacted not that negative to this announcement. So, due to recent changes, Venmo can no longer be added as a payment method. This is also a strange sentence, right? Due to recent changes, Venmo can no longer be added as a payment method. So maybe something has changed in the agreement, we don't know. Venmo will remain available to users who currently have it enabled in their Amazon wallet until the 10th of January 2024. A spokesperson for Amazon confirmed the change in an email to this website. Customers can still use nearly a dozen other payment options, such as debit card, credit card, which by the way can be on Venmo as well, checking accounts or installments to pay for their orders. Venmo and Amazon have agreed to disable Venmo as an option to pay on Amazon at this time. Customers can continue to add their Venmo debit and credit card to their Amazon wallet to pay on Amazon. We have a strong relationship with Amazon and look forward to continuing to build on it. So mix this with what Alex Chriss said during the earnings call. Of course, it's a bit of a mixed messaging since he said that the partnership, things are going well with Amazon, but then also saying that we're going to focus on profitable growth. Profitability is going to be very, very important here. So maybe this partnership wasn't as profitable as they thought. Could be, and they say, look, let's pull the plug right now. Doesn't really drive that meaningful of a traffic anyways. We'll move on and maybe revisit this later on. By the way, I've said this a couple of times already. Venmo, PayPal, there has to be a lot of synergies there. We've seen that with Cash App, for example, Cash App, Square, Afterpay. The synergies, the ecosystem there is much better. Discovering new businesses, stuff like that inside the app, make the payments, make the purchase, send it to a friend, you have some cash back as well. All of that inside one app. This is going to be extremely important, and hopefully this is something that we'll see already maybe in 2024. Now, I do want to show you a couple of things here with regards to this report. So social media has a virtual window shopping problem. It attracts twice as many browsers as buyers. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, Snapchat, Pinterest, you can shop, browse, and do all sorts of things on those platforms. So although 110 million consumers browse social media to find goods and services, just 36 million ultimately purchase them via social media. Now, why am I showing you this? Well, because of this slide right here. So 29% of social media shoppers used credit cards for their most recent purchase without leaving the app. 24% used debit cards, and then look, number 3 here is PayPal at 18.3%. Now, what's very interesting here, and I did not expect that, is that 7.5% you have cryptocurrency, which is above Apple Pay, above Amazon Pay, and at 2.4% above Venmo as well. But again, to reiterate here, PayPal is still a very, very popular option. I mean, you can clearly see that right here. Now, going back to the Amazon Venmo thing, I would say that maybe there's like a 75% probability that inside of PayPal, Alex Chriss said, look, we've looked at the numbers, fine. It might look great that Venmo is available to pay stuff on Amazon, but from a profitability standpoint, from a usability standpoint, we don't really see meaningful traffic, and it's not that profitable for us anyways. So let's cut that as well. And maybe they're working on something else internally. I don't know. We'll have to wait until the next earnings call. So I'll repeat myself. Financially, I don't think this will be a big impact. I think it will be a very, very close to a nothing burger. But if we see Starbucks, McDonald's, other announcements like this, then maybe more questions should be asked. But overall, if we look at PayPal, the stock, the performance, when you look at revenue versus the estimates, the reported one, EPS versus the estimates, reported one, I mean, PayPal has a pretty good track record. And right now, if they're going to focus a lot more on profitability, things should be looking much, much better for the company. And that should reflect on the stock. Again, you've probably seen this countless times. If you look at PE, I mean, this is compared to the last 8 years. So it's usually the mean 31.3 times. We're now at 10.9 times, which is completely ridiculous. And what happened in the meantime? Well, shares outstanding have come down by 11.6%. And of course, with $5 billion worth of share buybacks, expect that to decrease more and more. And as the company becomes more and more profitable, they'll generate more and more free cash flow. And if the shares remain extremely cheap, maybe they'll be allowed to buy even more shares. Remains to be seen what their next share repurchase program is going to look like. So overall, again, it's not nice to see those headlines. The headlines make it feel as if this is a big deal. But to be honest, I don't really think it's such a big deal. It's not nice to see. You would always like to see more of those announcements. But to be honest, financially speaking here, since this is an investment, I don't really see any huge impact for that company. So that will be it for this video. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.